All right. And we are live. Welcome to The Last Word with Lord Cognito and Ebontis. Hot by the campfire. You already know every Friday what we do. Lord Ebontis, how are you doing, sir? What is going on in the world of Destiny and how are you doing?
Destiny's got this salad bar guy. I forget his name. He's up there in the top. His cauldron is burning lit. We've had some thoughts about Iron Banner. I've seen floating around in Twitter, some ups and downs. So Iron Banner has been going. I haven't played it that much. I've played like enough to, I think, get one character done on their quest. So I really haven't got a chance to play much. Been goofing around a little bit. My wife and I picked up Oculus Rift, so we've actually been playing some Beat Saber. If you guys have not seen Beat Saber,
Vagabondo says sound.
Yeah. Can anybody else hear us?
Can anyone hear us? Hopefully we ain't just been talking, just be talking.
No, I got audio on my end.
You got some audio? All right. Let's make sure. Send us to anybody. Neo Mental, just let us know if you guys can hear us. Anyone hearing us? That would be much appreciated. Oh, yeah, Sin said we good. So, Vagabondo, that's on you.
Vagabondo,
that's on you. That's all you, man. You got us scared. But we appreciate it, man. Yeah. No doubt. I see you, Neo Mental. But, yeah, you were saying, so y'all got that, what is it, Beat Saber? What's the name of that game?
Yeah, it's called Beat Saber. So, basically, it's like Dance Dance Revolution with lightsabers. That's the best way I can describe it. It's hilarious, but it's a ton of fun. It also gets to a point where it's ridiculously hard. So,
okay.
Like, we played once a month we played at our friend's house, and then finally we picked it up. So
that's what's up, man. Yep. That's what's up.
What about you? What are you doing?
Not much. I mean, it's just been I've been doing like secret Destiny blazing when it's just by myself offline, when I can sneak it as much as I can. It's,
You're gonna be incognito mode.
Yeah, I've been incognito. I confession, you know what I'm saying? Just that my hours have been really weird this week, and I got a lot of stuff going on, and as much as I wanted to play with anybody, like the limited time I had to be efficient. So it was like selfish mode. I got to just do what I need to do, get this light up. But yeah, I got Banner complete. I know we'll talk about that.
Nice.
And I got the set. Little question though, am I bugging that I was under the impression, maybe I'm wrong, that once you unlock it, that it will become part of your ornaments.
I haven't seen that confirmed. I've only seen the Eververse stuff, so you would think.
Yeah.
Now, can it use like old Iron Banner ornaments?
Now, again, see, here's my problem. Coming to PC, all that stuff that I had on the Xbox account, I had all that stuff, but the PC account doesn't know about that. PC account just have literally what I've been doing since last, November or whatever it was. So only thing I have, I don't have a lot of ornaments, man. Like a lot of the classic gear that I know I used to have, like I don't have none of the Iron Banner stuff, none of the Crucible stuff. I got like maybe one Dawning thing, and which is kind of cool, but not too much else. So I was just like, damn, it would be cool if I could throw in those Iron Banner sets. You know what I'm saying? Just to rock. And the last thing I'll say is, surprisingly, I am not a fan of the Warlock's Iron Banner set. Now that I got it,
Really?
Try to put different shaders on it. It just, I don't know, man. Warlocks, y'all gotta let me know. I'm just, the vibe is not there. Like the Titans look nice. Like the Warlock, man, I don't know. It's not ugly. It's just generic. Like that's I don't know. What about you, man?
I don't know. I mean, when it comes to all of those, I feel like they have that. I feel like they can accept shaders well, but I feel like I don't know if they're going to be... They look more like a blank canvas to me than something just awesome. And not to knock the set, but I was like, I'm just looking at them again. I mean, they're dark gray and light gray pretty much everywhere. I mean, they have decent ornamentation and textures on like the robes and the cloak, and those aren't bad. The gold is very minor in places. So depending on where the colors and shaders set, you are talking about messing with like dark gray and light gray. So I mean, if the blank canvas doesn't want to take it, you're not going to do a ton to it.
You're not going to do a ton to it, and that's the thing. See, like his confession, his Warlock Fashion 101. Like the thing with me is when I get a set, like I have to get the right shader, and then I attribute it to a specific subclass, right? So I'm like, all right, Let me see if I could put some. I need something for my Void Walker set. Let me see. Try to throw some purple shaders on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't rocking. And I'm like, all right, well maybe it's not for the maybe the Void stuff doesn't look good for the shaders. So I try some art colors, some blue, some Fruminous blue, some Armalon gloss, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And nah, it literally didn't matter what colors I put on this. I'm like, this still looked like the basic generic thing again. Like it didn't really transform it, man. So hold on. They coming at me. Enrique Real. What? Warlock looks the best. Titan looks like he always skipped arms day and never skipped leg day. Hunter looks thick, but not in a good way. I don't know, man. It's something. You know what it is? Something about the helmet just looks very because when you put the shader on the helmet, the middle doesn't change. So that already pisses me off. Like you really can't change the color of it.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it, man, it just not there with it, y'all. I'm sorry, Warlocks. I got a thumbs down, man. Not a fan. Not a fan. It's literally just right now. I'm looking at the stat rolls. It might be infusion material, but we shall see.
I have heard some of the stats have been rolling decent on that though. For some people, like some of the rolls have been decent, and that's one of the things we'll get to in a little while. But yeah, we've done. Have you jumped into? I'm guessing no, because that's not your first jump. Like new difficulty nightmare hunts. What level are you up to now? Even what are you at?
The light's moving. I'm out here 750. I mean, 950 something.
Nice.
You know,
I think I'm exactly 950 with my artifact. So I've been behind actually. I'm not 962, just like cruising. I am behind the game. So.
Yeah, I'm 954. So I did a couple of nightmare hunts. First of all, we gotta make a shout out to Scarrow9 live after the last week's last word. Please check it out with the tremendous Scarrow9, the Lord of all mother chickens, was in the building. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we had a fan. He literally was like, "Yo, you guys want to run it?" And I'm like, all right. Sure. We didn't have much going on, too much.
And you had the checkpoint, which made it even easier. You somehow came in with the checkpoint because Addict had showed you the last room just so you could see it.
I just wanted to see it. So once Addict got there, I was like, yo, let me get that. Let's see it. And then I was just sitting on it. So we was just like, yo, let's just get it done. And we got it done. Yo.
What was it, 45 minutes, hour, maybe?
45
on that
minutes,
last,
man, maybe. You know what's funny? We kind of got progressively worse with our DPS.
Yeah, our first run, we halved his health, and they're like, damn.
Yeah! I got gas. I was like, oh, this is going to be easy.
Yeah. And then we messed up a couple times, and then we knocked it out. But it's that first time, I was like, we almost going to do this now.
Shout out to Scare and them guys. They had to have a look. I was the anchor on my side. You were on your side. Were you the anchor on your side?
Yeah, I wasn't moving.
Yeah, so I was anchor on my side. Here's my only thing. We're going to talk real quickly. Guard the Salvation Raid, y'all. Raid's fantastic. As an anchor, though, I just wish, where I was messing up is when I shoot the box to tether, I just wish there was more of a visual cue,
It's just this minor...
Yeah! Am I connected? Am I not connected? Yeah. Can they see me? Yeah,
it's so that can it light up, or everything else in this thing glows? Can it be a little brighter or something? Just so you know, hey, don't get near this thing, it will tether you, or you've turned it on, don't shoot it again, or stuff like that.
Right. Or maybe even how we have a status in the left, tethered. You know what I'm saying?
There. It'll show tethered if you're there.
It'll say that. I didn't know.
It'll show if you are tethered, but it's just that doesn't change the box though.
Yeah, that's true.
You actually
it doesn't change
have
the visual
to get touched
element
by the rope, to get there.
So that right there. But other than that, I think the only other mess up I made once we got rolling was I was good on my Cyclops shooting, but the only thing I was messing up was I didn't know. I thought you had to wait until we're going to call him Megatron. That's what we're going to call him. Oh. But whatever the mind, what is it? The sanctified mind? Whatever mind it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Consecrated mind or sanctified?
Consecrated.
Well,
whatever.
no, I think
Megatron.
Consecrated is the harpy, so sanctified I think is the end one.
Yeah, so sanctified Megatron. I thought we had to wait until he goes up in the air to DPS. I didn't know you can literally start firing him once you start off that initial tether.
Yep.
So I missed out on Matt Izanagi's DPS phase, and I was like, damn, I could have really did a little better. So improvement. I'm going to jump back in there this week. I will say I like the raid, man. I like the raid. Yo, shout out. I'm rocking that emblem with pride, man. I like that. I love that emblem.
Yeah.
How about you?
It's a cool one. Yeah, no, that's still on my Warlock for sure, because I jumped on with you guys for that.
Yeah. But that's pretty much that, man. But yeah, that was fun. Right after the show.
That was cool. I did not expect that. And he was like, hey, I got a couple friends. He's calling and texting people. He's like, dude, we're making this happen. And I was like, dude, thank you. So shout out to Scarrow9 again. For one, awesome to have him on. It was great chatting. He's always hilarious and a good time. And then, of course, knocked out the raid like in an hour after and it was like perfect. Wasn't sure what the weekend was gonna hold, and it was just like Friday night. We were there, and I was like, just do it.
Let's just do it,
and
man.
like in an
Let's
hour, I
just
was
do
like,
it.
we're done. I was like, sweet.
We're done. Got
and
that.
probably like an hour and 1 minute later, you had like jacket, shirt, everything on the way.
Bro, I threw money at the screen.
Yeah, you did.
I threw money at the screen, bro. I never had a raid jacket. To be real with you, E, I know it's going to really sound fanboy and, you know, I never thought I would get a raid jacket. I just thought that would never be possible. Now, granted, yeah, the rules have extended. It's a week now, and it's not like it is. But I'm just like, you know what? I just put myself in a category that I love the game. I love the raid. I'm just not that hardcore enough. Because usually I just sit and wait. I let Attic and Sinister, I let them guys be the day one guys. Then y'all come back to me, report to me, teach me the mechanics, and then get in. Now, I will day one, but usually, you know, you don't get too far. So, yeah, I will say that I didn't think I'd ever get one. The fact that we got it done so quickly, yeah, man, I can't wait, man. I got the jacket ready.
Well, don't hold your breath. I think I don't know if like the Scourge ones just shipped out. Like, yeah, they take a while.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
You said the Scourge or the past?
Oh, I don't know. I saw Nearest, who was on here before. He does the infographics. If you guys haven't seen him, at MR_NIRS. He's always got great graphics. I just saw him tweet out wearing the jackets. I don't know if he just got the jacket. What, but like I just saw him tweet out with it. But I know like the Crown ones haven't shipped yet, stuff like that, so it takes a while.
Yeah, I think you're right because I remember reading the fine print. It was kind of like on some 4 to 6 week kind of time.
No, longer than that probably. So
wow.
Yeah, a few months probably. I wouldn't hold your breath.
Yeah,
it'll be a minute.
It's in memory. It'll be. Hopefully, it'll be there before
it'll just
GCX.
Like show up at your door and you're like, oh yeah, this.
Yeah, I might have to be that dude if the weather's just a tad nippy. I might have to show up at GCX with it.
No. I'm sorry. June 28th and 29th in Florida. You're like, yeah, I got my raid jacket on. Everybody's like, are you insane?
I said, hold on.
Put that back in your room.
The temperature went down from 80 to 79. Let me get my jacket.
It's not even going to hit 70 anything at night. That's going to be nuts.
Bro, Neo Mental, no, I gotta floss with that. I gotta find an excuse to floss with the jacket at GC. I wouldn't be that guardian.
Well, you won't be the only one with it, so.
Woo! Tag team, let's go.
I won't bring the jacket. You're out of your mind. I might have the jacket eventually, but I'm not gonna take it to Guardian Con because Florida in July. Holy mother of no.
Jacket's by the pool.
No. That just takes up space in my suitcase. Hell no. Not happening.
Gotta do it, Jay. Too funny, man. It's gonna be a fun GCX. I can't wait. Got the tickets ready. I just gotta get the tickets. I got the ready. Hotel room.
Yeah, I got mine booked too. So I got the hotel booked. So that was nice because they had a point to where it was like, are we gonna be able to like get this thing? Because I checked at one point. It was like. Last Friday, and I think it was after we did the raid stuff, and I checked, and I was like, Guardian Con, checked the hotel, and it was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday were available. Monday wasn't, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, I was like, how is this one day not? So I was like, I tweeted, I was like, is anything gonna happen? Somebody's like, hey, you can call them. I didn't do it over the weekend, and then I just went to check on Monday before I called. Bam, so I locked it in. So I was like, thank you.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. I cannot wait.
No, that was a blast last year. Met tons of people and just looking to have more fun. It was now I kind of know what to expect. So we're getting there the day early because it's on Saturday and Sunday. Getting there on Thursday. Pre-pickup Friday, hang out, do stuff, chill. Like people start getting there that day, so you might actually get to meet more people then, which will be cool. So
wait a minute, it's no longer Friday and Saturday.
Saturday and Sunday.
I didn't even realize that. Wow.
That was why you just booked based off of what I said.
I just booked off you. You was like, yo, this what days you doing? I was like, all right, cool. I'm doing the same days too.
Yeah, it's the 27th to the 28th.
Oh, okay. All right, maybe I'm a little early then. Damn, no. The only thing I kind of like the Friday, Saturday, Jay. So Sunday, I mean, it's really gonna be a day of actually. Okay.
Saturday, Sunday.
Interesting.
Yep. Yeah. So my wife and I'll get like an extra day out there on the end. So.
Yeah, so you're good. But anyway.
Shout out to the other halves out there, so the better halves specifically. If you do end up going with your other half to Guardian Con, My wife loved it because she was like, I don't have to worry about anything. She just literally sat by the pool, read, chilled. She had like sushi one night. And she was just like, you do your stuff for these couple days. It's cool. I'm going to not care about anything for like 3 days. And she loved it. So she had a great, just relaxing time.
That's a great point, because let me tell y'all, fellas, if like I said, you bring the other half out there, here's the deal. It is legit a resort. There is tons of things to do, and you just chilling, having fun. It's just real cool. So you don't even have to do any of that convention hall stuff. That's all included as part of this whole facility. There's so much things to do, and like I said, if you're just a beach person to chill, like you would never have to leave. There's always something to be a part of, or just relax and chill that you could be away from the madness. So it is really cool. I advise everyone to at least go one time, GCX. Yeah. And Scarrow City might be going, so we should see it.
Yeah, it's only getting bigger, so should be cool. Hopefully they have a little more organization on lines and stuff, but we will see. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to get out there, because like you kind of picked up your stuff the day before. I had that first morning line, and I was like, huh?
Yeah,
it was rough.
It's a mess. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. We shall see. But what's going on in the world of Destiny, man?
Well, this week, as we said, we had Iron Banner kick off. It's our first one of year 3. So Saladin is up there. His cauldron is burning hot, and he's got some bounties for us. He's got a quest for us, or it's not even like called a quest. I swear it has like a different name. But it is like
something of continue.
But yeah, it's just kind of the journey you go through for Iron Banner to unlock the armor for your character. And just to get things rolling, that one of the quest steps had a bit of an issue. So some of the quest steps are pretty obvious. It's like, go capture points, get kills, straightforward. Use these weapons. Okay. One of them wanted you to, it said it wanted you to get super kills. The icon said grenade launcher kills, but it actually needed submachine gun kills to get, like, traction on it, to actually make progress on it. And people were like, I'm sorry, what? And Fallout had a great tweet to follow that one. I don't know if you saw it.
What did Fallout say?
He was just like, it's one of those tweets, and it was just like some Lord of the Rings character saying, good job, Harry. Like, make sure you cast it. Like, cross 3 different movies in one meme, and it was just like this. It fit so perfectly.
Oh,
and
man.
But it was just like somebody messed up like 3 different like sci-fi fantasy movies and crossed them all together, and you're like, no. But it's like that was how screwed up it was. It was like, how is it that far off? But somebody copied and pasted text and didn't check the copy and didn't edit things, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, and it's kind of messed up because the last 2 steps, like one was submachines and the other one was grenade launchers. But then if you use the submachines on a grenade launcher one, it was counting towards, the thing. And I lucked out because
probably using Rekluse and didn't even know.
They straight up. That's literally what happened. Like I had that, and then I think I was looking up because I was researching about ornaments. Remember that question I had about ornaments? I wanted to see if that was the case about the Iron Banner bounty. And someone was like, the person who wrote the article was like, it's glitched, and just stay with submachine kills. And I'm like, oh, good thing I read this, because I would have been banging my head against the wall trying to get grenade launcher kills. So, that's a bit of an oversight on their part.
Yeah, and there you go. It was Patrick Stewart, so it was like Star Trek, and he said, use the Force, Harry, Gandalf. And it was
wow.
Yeah, shout out to Fallout. That one just absolutely
that's hilarious.
That was really good.
Fallout. Yeah, he always makes me laugh, man. His videos, bro, like I get 3 strong laughs in the middle. Like we got to get him on. He's absolutely hilarious.
And so the quest had a little bit of that in it. That was the major hiccup. I think most of the time it's been smooth for everybody. And then once you get through the quest, you're able to turn in the tokens and stuff, and people are getting some things from these tokens.
Yeah.
Enhanced perks. Yeah, enhanced mods are dropping from Iron Banner. So if you spend some time in Iron Banner and you got some saved up tokens like my 13 or 1400 I got, I'm going to be dropping a few of them if I ever get time to finish this quest. So I don't know if I have time this weekend. I have family coming in, but if I get a chance to finish one of those, drop those enhanced mods. Now, my only question is, will it give you advanced only, or is it going to be just like unlocking advanced if you have the normal, kind of the way the Nightmare Hunts
I was about to say, because brother, I have not received any of this enhanced love. Not One.
So I'm
so
my guess
yeah.
it's probably working the way Nightmare does, because I think I've got the 3 Nightmare Hunt mods, and then I did one this week at like 920, because not bad at 920. I haven't done a 950 yet, and I got one of the enhanced Nightmare perks. And then I'm guessing as you jump up in difficulty, and then you have the other ones completed, then you'll get the Supreme perks, which are like tier 3, which is crazy that those even exist. So yeah, probably something similar. Like, I don't know if it's like you need to have all the mods to be able to get the enhanced mods. So if you don't have all the tokens and packages to get, then... Because that's like one of the things, I even made a video just saying, hey, how to level up and thank everyone for watching it. It's been beneficial to people, so that's good. But
Nice.
but it's just like in leveling up. It's like some people's videos like, oh, I leveled up to 912 in like 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, you might have if you've played for a while, farmed materials, had 6,000 tokens and stuff to turn in. The person who boots up New Light isn't going to do that, so that's not beneficial.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
But that's kind of the thing that is interesting about this whole mod economy is if you can turn in the packages, you can get a ton. Some people are farming up and they can see how many they've got. And then other people are like, I got my 1 token. Oh, I got, you know, I played 3 rounds of Crucible. I get 1 more package. Oh, I got a new mod. Yay. Like they get 1 and you're just sitting there like click, mod. And you're like,
bro,
yep, it's fine.
We got to talk about it. Because I've been having, I got a problem with Saladin, man. Hey, yo, Salad, what's up? Well, not only not giving them mods, this is like 6 to 8 Iron Bet. What's up with this swarm of the Raven fam?
Oh, you can't get one?
Bro, I can't get one. And then if I do
get one with
it,
Spike, or you can't get one?
I rarely get them.
Yeah,
and then if I do
hard
get them,
to
it
get.
definitely ain't got Spike.
Yeah.
It is always something terrible. And I'm just like, man, because I got this build I want to run so bad with Nezarec and Void.
I mean,
and
you've got
then
to have an
obviously
edge transit with Spike or something, right?
Yeah, but Edge ain't aggressive frame. That's the problem. You need that aggressive frame for that DPS.
I'm just
and that
saying,
Spike.
it's still a grenade launcher with Spike. They're going to hit pretty hard.
It ain't that swarm, though.
Okay, I mean, no, I can't get the perfect roll. RNG is a thing.
God roll. I need the God roll, man. That's the thing.
I mean,
really
Bungie's probably got a PO box. Just start sending them money. At some point, it might show up.
Gotta start sliding them off or something. Yeah, man. It's just, we'll see. Hopefully, I get lucky. I got a little bit more banner to get in. I got most of the banners done, most of the bounties done. So I've been rocking. Just like I said, been unlucky with the.
So
with the mod
did you
stuff.
turn in the Pinnacle bounties?
Yes.
How much of a jump did those give you in gear score?
Substantial.
Do you know the number? Because I'm actually wondering.
I would say probably if I was kind of floating 940 E coming in, and I'm getting like 950 drops. It felt like 4 to 5 points.
Nice.
So yeah, it was.
Well, I know like
big
tier
jumps.
2. That's why I was wondering. I was like tier 2 is 4, tier 3 is 5. I was wondering if you were sub 950 with like say your gear score is 940. How much of a jump that Pinnacle gear drop would actually be? Because I know at 950 it's like 951, which we'll talk about in a minute. But
Right. It felt substantial. If I had to guess, I would say it felt like maybe 6 plus, 5 to 6 plus.
Nice.
It felt strong. I was like, oh man, I gotta go get some upgrade modules. Like I gotta put these on now, kind of thing. So it's been rocking.
yeah, and I have been hearing some of the stats that have been dropping on the armor has been decent for people.
Decent.
Not amazing.
Decent. Not amazing.
I've heard some people have gotten some decent ones, but obviously it's RNG, so raid stats seem to not even be the best. So
Yeah, facts.
Bender saying I think Pinnacle drops were around 6 plus when you were 933. Okay, cool, good to know.
Yeah, that sounds about right, Bender. Yep, they felt very big, very substantial.
So I actually made my video this week for Weekly Reset, and if you what I was saying, and I was like, I'm not close enough that it's probably gonna matter, especially on my other characters. But if you were like say 945, and then you started this week, you could probably work on getting those last 5 levels. Hold on to those Pinnacle bounties. Don't turn them in, because going from Pinnacle 950 to 951. Have you heard about this Pinnacle journey?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so we got to talk about this. This is.
Let's get to it.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, soft cap 900, everything drop works up to there. Powerful gear takes you from 900 to 950. That's anything that's as powerful. Pinnacle apparently gives you about a +6. Either way, when you get to 950, there is a gear score cap of Pinnacle gear only that is going to take you to 960. But from my understanding, from what I've heard from people, so you have to be fully 950 first.
Yes.
And then every drop that you get of Pinnacle gear is 951 until your entire gear score, all of it, all 9 pieces, or all 8 pieces, is 951. Then 952s start dropping.
Sinister agrees. He's in that grind. He said +1.
+1.
That's like D1, man. That's kind of rough.
That's
like vanilla.
What if RNG screws you and somebody's like, man, these Pinnacles, I got 4 energy weapons, dude.
Yeah, I wonder about that, Bungie, because, bro, like, oh my God, the Pinnacles that's been going on with Iron Banner, I just get nothing but energy weapons, bro. Shout out to whoever, I think it was Nems or somebody put it on Twitter, and I replied to them. You saw me reply. I mean, RNG has, like, I literally should have been 950 a long time ago. Like, I've been doing my drops. I stay, you know how many times I leveled up my Rekluse? Like, I just stay getting, you know, that one category. And I'm like, man, I could use some boots, or man, I could use another weapon. It really, really wish, you know what I'm saying, it can, it's a little, RNG's a little better at that point. But if you're saying +1, that's pretty scary stuff, man.
Yeah, that's going to be slow, as you've only got, like, okay, so how many Pinnacle drops do you get? You get 4 from this one, which is, I don't even know when the next Iron Banner is. They haven't even told us on the schedule. Probably in late November during the Vex final offensive or something like that.
Yeah.
So we might have one more, maybe. We don't know. So that's 4 from that, maybe 4 more. But even that alone's like plus. That might be like one character. That might be like 951.
I'm looking at my character right now, and damn, I didn't even realize I'm like 955. Okay, here's the thing. I don't feel like I felt that yet. Because, let me ask you this question. Because
it's gear score, not artifact score. If you're 955, you're over it.
I'm over it, right? Because that's the artifact pushing me.
Yep. So Dim actually updated nicely recently to basically say, it'll say like 945 plus 10.
Yes. So basically, I'm 949.6 plus 9. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. So once I hit 950
gear score,
officially gear score, that's when it's going to slow down for me. Then. Okay, because I'm not really experiencing what y'all talking about. Okay, I got you. Makes sense. Continue.
But yeah, you think about how many drops you get. You have the raid, which can be some. I think. I don't know if those actually count as Pinnacles or if it's just like completing the raid on the challenge that counts. And if anybody can confirm out there, let me know. But even if it is, you have the 100K Nightfall. You have the single raid drop for sure. And then maybe you've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 drops in the raid?
Yeah.
So you have possibly 6 drops. Iron Banner twice. And you have to get 8 gear slots. We count 8 gear slots 10 times.
10 times.
There's almost not enough weeks and drops to do that.
Yeah, I agree. And here's the question I have for you. Being that they're making the raid a Pinnacle drop, like, I'm assuming the other raids are not Pinnacle drops.
No. There are benefits to those, but I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. Because I want to start running the other raids because I want Scourge stuff. I want Mods 2.0 stuff.
That's the key. Yep.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, wow. Like, yeah, that's not enough. There's not enough sources.
So I don't know if... I honestly don't know if, like, even the Glads and stuff, like, there's just enough places for them to do it. I mean, they could no-life the game, and they could go to, you know, season rank, who knows what. But generally, you're talking about not enough time to get there. And even if it was a full season, 2 more weeks, that's still, like, if you could squeak it in, you would have to literally do everything every week just to get to 960. And then, and this is, like, your 10-week grind, so we're getting there. Like, people are 950. That wasn't that hard. And then you turn around, we get a new season, probably a new hard cap. I don't know if the soft cap will come up. And then we'll just kind of move on past your 950. And then it's like, is that, do you feel like that's like balanced or not so much?
It don't feel so. Yeah, I mean, it definitely, you know, I think it's definitely slowing down that hardcore ceiling. I don't know. You know, it's on one part, I like that there's it gets slower, but not that slow. Like to do a +1, that's rough, you know. So, and then again, here's my thing: like when Banner's not around, what are you supposed to do? Just run the raid and then what else?
Run the raid, then Nightfall, and then kind of done. It seems like.
Right, and then you'd run a Nightfall once for that one.
One
you
time,
wait next.
one character. Yeah.
There should be at least, you know, 3 to 4 sources. Yeah, like
a couple more.
2 sources is kind of rough. I mean, what they're saying is the raid is what, 4.
It might
4
be
drops?
4, even if it's like every drop counts and the finishing counts and the Nightfall. That might be, if you're generous, it's 6.
So literally they're forcing God to salvation.
Yeah,
That's what's
forcing the
happening.
raid for the hardcore, but that's still like 6 drops over 10 weeks and 8 gear slots. You're still too short.
Right.
There's only a couple Iron Banners. Like math-wise, you still doesn't sound like it's going to add up.
And guess what? For those who don't like to raid and those who want to play PvP, there's no equivalent.
Yeah, you're going to be 951 if you're lucky. Just do your Nightfall once a week and you might get there. If you don't get an energy weapon every time.
It's going to have to be Artifact. Like Sinister said, it's just Artifact. You're just going to be grinding Artifact to get past. That's the only play to balance it out. Because, he said he's 965 through the Artifact. I'm shooting above it through the Artifact. So that's where the Artifact are just playing the game.
Yep.
That's their solution. I already figured it out. Yeah, that they're like, okay, you don't want to do that. You don't want to get to that super high level plus Artifact plus Pinnacle. Then just play the game regular, do what you want, throw in bounties all day, get your stuff, and get your experience that way. So, there you have it.
Yeah. No, it's just kind of one of those things that's like, it's interesting in theory. I like the idea of the Pinnacle Grind to a point, but also it's like it almost sounds unattainable for, like, except 2 or 3. Like, 2 or 3 people, because RNG might screw half of you.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's kind of a point to where, like, that's the part that kind of sucks. I mean, RNG will screw, like, and it's time. Like, there's different games where, like, World, you're waiting for that one final drop, World of Warcraft, and you're like, another week. And it was just, and that is how some of that stuff goes, and it's interesting. They're kind of towing that line right now. If it's,
it is.
It's like, you might not get to that high gear score. It just might not happen.
Yeah, it might not. And I think what they're going to do to shut us up is they're going to say, look, that's why we created this whole Artifact thing. You just play the game how you want, and you will eventually get there, and yada, yada. You're not going to be as high as the Glads and the guys that's doing them raids, but you're going to be
nonstop.
Exactly. You're going to be close at your own leisure, I guess. I mean, I in fairness to them, I kind of get it, but I agree with you. There needs to be just a little bit more Pinnacle gear sources. That to me would be nice, just to have the raid. I feel honestly they need 1 to 2 more. If they only gave me 1 more, okay, fine, I'll accept it. But if they gave me 2 more, I think it's a nice, happy place, because then you have the Nightfall, the raid, and whatever those 2 experiences are, you know, and boom.
Yeah, and then the seasonal artifact will reset. Everybody will drop down to like 950 or 951 or 955.
Right.
And we'll jump up again with the new artifact. The thing about the artifact is, as you get to, what am I, plus 10, I think now, it's like 1 million experience for that next level. It's definitely slowed a lot.
Slow down a little bit.
They definitely they pulled back on those reins to be like, oh, those bonus levels were nice. Next one's going to take you a minute to get to, though.
It makes sense.
I mean, it's not like, I will say the season pass being consistent, literally, like, I think it's 100K every time or something like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
That always feels good. That consistent basis, like, your bounties move that bar a big chunk every time. You turn in a couple, feels good.
I ain't gonna lie, I've come full circle on the season. I ain't gonna lie. Confessions. I was worried, boy. I look forward when that little ball go up. I'll be like, whoa, what we get? Let's look at the packages of the day.
Oh, I got exotic. Oh, cool. I got one. Woo,
I got to take the L on that one. I know I wouldn't say I was fighting hard, but I was concerned.
You were very skeptical, which was with reason though, because I mean, battle passes can go bad, poorly. So.
When you hear battle pass, you think Fortnite, you think people showering stuff. You know how I'm very, coveted my exotics. I'm very protective. But I am not. When that, it's like, woo, big money. What we getting today? Yeah. I get excited. I'm like, oh, I need some modules. Oh, let me see what's next. Okay, cool. Sometimes I use your strategy. I hold, like, the boots and the things like that. I wait. I'm not gonna pick you up just yet.
I'm waiting. I haven't picked up any of my stuff in a while. I'm just waiting until 950 and all that armor.
Yo, Vagabondo on my neck. He knew how hard I was to listen, man.
You muted.
It takes a man to admit, when you're wrong sometimes. And, I guess I had healthy skepticism. It's okay. Have healthy skepticism. Hey, that's all it was.
We gotta have a devil's advocate for these arguments. We got a 2-man show. We gotta balance it out.
Exactly, but man, bring forth the season right. Bring me more materials, more upgrade modules, and more cores, baby. Let's go.
Man. I will say I do feel kind of sorry for the free track though, because after you get to about 30 something,
bro, it's barren out there in them streets after like a certain level. I'm like, damn, we didn't get nothing for like 4 more levels.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
So I wish they would just give them even just like throw a few more for me too. Throw a few more upgrade modules in there, random little bits of glimmer.
Give them some materials or something
up top. I know they want like when you get to the end. I'm sure if you buy the season pass now and you turn it on, you'd get all the old stuff. But dude, spread the love a little bit up there because it's pretty stingy. Like you're at 61, you get the whole 10 ranks as a free. You get 63 and 68. You get 2 Eververse engrams. 2. 1 every 5 levels, and that's literally all you're getting for the top rank. For the last like 4 or 5 levels, you're gonna get like 10 cosmetic engrams.
Bro, just for that Vex armor alone, I can't wait to get there.
Oh, those ornaments? Those are
ornaments.
Those are the ornaments.
I'm all about ornaments now. I ain't gonna lie, they got me into. I show up at Tessa's doorstep what's going on today?
Hold on. I got paid yesterday. Let me see how much of my paycheck I can spare. All right, take 50%. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
You just may as well set up an auto draft. 50% go into your bank account, 50% straight auto to Eververse. You can use those tokens at any point in time. You're good to go.
Absolutely.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, I love it.
So as we've been working through the season pass as well,
yes.
What are you feeling about the like bonus EXP drops and stuff like that you're seeing and things like? We didn't know what all those were at first. Now we know there's like bonus EXP and better chances for drops in these places and things like that. Do you like everything in the season pass? Is there anything you change in there? What are your thoughts on just like as we've gotten through a decent amount of the ranks now?
So far, man, so good. Like it just to me everything seems. Again, I'm just gonna speak for my situation. I ask you the same question, but for my situation, everything seems right on time. Right when I'm getting low on cores, here comes some cores. Right when I'm getting low on materials, here comes some materials. Especially upgrade modules, because now I'm starting to, when you get to the 950, I'm starting to burn them a little bit. I'm starting to make my bills, whatever. I think the one that I like the most, is the one that gives you, it says like legendaries will drop with more energy or something like that in the thing. And I really like that one, so that this time I'm not wasting shards or wasting stuff to always level up something that has a good stat roll. So I like when you get that legendary with whatever affinity, but it's coming in at 5 energy off rip, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is. I like that a lot. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can say I don't like just yet. There's nothing that I'm like, you know what I'm saying? What's this? Kind of thing. What about you?
I mean, I pretty much agree. I mean, overall, it seems not too like overdone. I mean, I think this is their first season pass. I think they didn't break the game with it, so they may have been on the conservative side of things. Of like, here's extra armor drops, here's an occasional couple cores, some shards, some materials. Like all in all, they haven't broken anything with it, which is nice. The little bonuses of like, hey, this stuff can drop here, or you get better chances at this. I mean, there's little things they could add. They're probably worried about adding too much at this point.
Right.
Like chances at exotics or anything like that. People be like, oh, we'll break the game or something like that. So it's like they're probably got to be really touchy on anything too over the top. But I'd say overall, I mean, just the bonus increases at the higher levels of like in strikes get a higher chance at said gear, or in, Gambit get higher chances at like the seasonal gear, things like that.
And I will say this too, but being that I was Lord Skeptic before as far as exotics. Remember I told you my main issue, and I got to defend myself, was that if the exotic drop rates stay at Forsaken levels, then I'm cool. And in my opinion, it has. I feel like that's why another reason why I'm not really complaining again, because exotics outside of the one they gave me, I can only count maybe I got one to drop in a Crucible. I think I maybe got 2 in real world situations.
So you want to know how many I've had?
How many?
Apotheosis Veil, Skull of Dire Homkara, Ophidian Aspect, Karnstein Armlets,
Oh,
Getaway
wow.
Artist. These are all at 900, so they've been this season. Starfire Protocol. Storm Dancers, we get the exotic from it. I got Lunafaction Boots. I'm looking through mostly armor. I haven't touched my hunter, so.
But you're Nightfall running a lot. You definitely Nightfall running a lot, right?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Wow.
Just random drops.
Really? All right, Jesus is loving you. Blessed my child.
Apparently. I don't know.
Jesus.
Catalysts have been stingy. Like, I got the Cerberus one, I think Ace, and that's it. So.
See, I've been getting a lot of Catalysts. That I've been getting.
Nice.
I mean, a lot of Catalysts. I got Surals.
But, okay, so here's the thing about all of those. Even if, I will say exotics do seem to drop. Okay, your old exotics in your vault, they all suck.
Yes.
As soon as we logged in, I joked with you. I was like, I got to go through and clean out the old exotics because they have like 23 stats on them. They're trash.
Terrible.
So bad.
Unless it's a vital exotic. But even though you can just go pull it out. Yeah, you're right. You got to trash it.
Go pull it from collections. At least you'll have like 40-something stat roll on it. Even if it is like half strength, you're like, at least there's 40. Like the old exotics, I had one where there was like rolls of 0, 2, 1. They were so bad. Oh, they were so bad. But now I will say most exotics that have dropped for me tend to have a pretty solid stat roll. Almost all of them have about a 60 range on stats. Almost every single one of them.
Okay.
So I got like 61. Did I put a mod on that one? Oh, I put an intellect mod. That one's, I guess, 59. That one's probably my lowest.
50-some.
But yeah, 58, 56, 62. Yeah, so I've had some decent drops. But that is the big thing about, like, when you look at the season pass and you're like, hey, there are 4 exotics out there. Okay. It's not a big deal because, honestly, half of those might be duplicates. They might not. So you may get some stuff you're missing, or you're going to get just another roll on something you've already got. And it could be a different affinity type. It could be a different stat roll. It could be a better stat roll. It could be a better stat roll in a different slot of stats. Like, there's so many different rolls that you have potentially to work with. Like, one more exotic drop's kind of like, all right, let's see if it's any good. Like, I could take I could have one every 10 ranks, and I still probably would be okay with it. Like, that'd be a lot of exotics for, like, new people, but for somebody who's, like, already just going for duplicate rolls anyway, no, you can take all you can get, and you still probably won't have half the stuff you want.
Which I'm a fan of, because at the end of the day, it makes every single drop have value. You're looking for how that meshes and synergizes with your build, you know, what stats you're specifically looking for. And shout out to the recovery stat, because I don't know if I was not paying attention before, but I was on this track where I was going very high intellect and resiliency kind of armor builds.
Yeah.
And I'm running around, and I was like running in a raid. I'm like, man, why am I getting hit so hard? And I'm thinking that, oh, well, my resilience must be low, or I need a boss resist. No. My recovery stat was so low that I would get smacked and I would be bruised, waiting to recover for the line to go back up. Yeah.
You look like a Rocky getting the crap
bro,
beat out of him.
I'm in Gambit Prime, and I'm like, why am I getting lashed? Like, what is happening that I'm not getting? Because I wasn't getting my recovery back fast enough. So that's what it's. So, recovery, y'all. Don't fall into the mistakes I was making. I was going, as soon as I see them high intellect and discipline combos, I was like, yeah. I mean, either high intellect and resiliency, I was getting too excited and just ignoring that other stat on every other piece of the armor, and it was just bad. So, yeah, shout out to recovery, y'all. Yeah, definitely pay attention.
Yeah, don't go slouching on that one. It's important, too.
Yeah, I noticed.
So what? E got those secret Destiny amiibos. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I
have a few Nintendo amiibos, but definitely no Destiny ones.
Yeah, they can't have amiibos in there, man. Hampton said he stayed running that 5 level of cut. I got to get down with you, Hampton, man. Like, I was slacking. It really makes a difference. It's nothing worse than getting lashed and I have to hide behind a box or a pillar for like a good minute until this thing comes back.
You're like, I'll be over here. Hold on.
Yeah, and splash damage was hurting me.
Let me read a book real quick.
Yep.
So what? So I was like, I see your build theory has changed as you've gone through. So like intellect, discipline, you're like, hey, I want stats. I'm dying a lot. This is gonna change. Is that pretty much kind of how it went down?
Yeah, I've done too much. So what I'll do now is whatever the stat out of those are my 3 majors because I haven't got too much into the grenade builds just yet, even though I'm working on the void one.
Definitely can have some fun.
Right, I got some void fun with one, but what is it? Overcharge grenade, the one that weakens them.
Yeah,
man, that's
oppressive
strong.
darkness
that
or something like that.
Strong. Yeah, there's one that you put in the class item that it costs 6. I think that's the one, right? It's like a 6 cost, and you put that in your class item. You throw that with the other one that goes on your chest, and you are hurting bosses. Yep. I throw like a void grenade on them and just let it sit, and then DPS.
Oh, yeah.
It's really strong. So, but other than that, I guess my strategy right now is, whatever the piece is weak on, sometimes I will throw a specific class thing on that, a specific neutral, either whether it be recovery, intellect,
yep.
Whatever, on that to build it up so it's a little bit more stronger overall. And again, provided I look at my stats and look at what's weak, or if everything is in a place that I like, then I start getting really customized. Like, okay, what do I synergize this with? Do I want some reloader? Do I put some scavenger perks here? Like, what do I do? And it's right now, everything's about my Izanami build. I got a sniper rifle, the one that gives you energy with sniper rifle kills. I got that bad boy. I've been rocking that.
You were wondering when that was going to drop, right? The super energy with sniper kills? There you go.
I was worried. So I got one to drop. I'm still waiting on the fusion.
Just
random world, man. I'm going to say just doing random moon stuff. Like,
yeah, but we were kind of worried those were like Pinnacle type stuff. We just kind of got
right.
it. So cool.
Yeah, that was a regular. That was definitely not a Pinnacle activity. At least I don't recall it being a Pinnacle activity that I did that in. So yeah, man, I've been rocking out. What about you? Like, what builds have you been putting together? Any type of flows you've been going with?
I mean, mine's been pretty standard stuff as I've just been going through like all the different activities, kind of leveling mostly. There's a Hampton, shout out to you, sir. I've seen it flying around on Twitter. The broken punchy punch build for the Titans.
Yes.
Oh my god. So art punching is apparently so broken with the artifact mods and everything in there. That one's crazy. The one you're saying, the void grenade weaken, like I still want to get my Titan like bubble weaken grenade build in there. And then also still just messing around with like just the heavy ammo. I still want to see how that feels, just to be like, I need some heavy, half my super. Need some heavy, half my super.
Yeah.
And just like constantly just blowing stuff up. Like
I was scared to pick it, but I got to do it.
I think I got to do that for one of mine too, just to mess around, or at least on one of my characters. So
yeah, isn't it like a 6 cost? It's a 6 cost too, right?
6 or 7. It's pricey.
Yeah, it's almost the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like you may as well. You're gonna be living on that one. No other bonuses there. You can put on like minor resist if you choose to.
Yeah, yeah, minor resist. I know. Yo, shout out to the finisher. Do you got the one that gives you the little overshield?
I think I've got it. I don't think I've used it.
That one is very effective because it actually lasts for about a couple of seconds. It's not, I thought it'd be like very quick. I would say it's like maybe 8 to 10 seconds.
Yeah. If
you got that one that finishes and gives the 2 I use is that one, health every once in a while, but my main baby is the special ammo one. That's my baby. Because you need that Izanagi, man. It's all about Izanagi right now, man. I got real quick 2 confessions with Izanagi, man. Yo, shout out to, it was a good run, man. It was a good run, Sleeper. You know how I feel about you. You always have a special place in my heart. But I done moved on, baby. I done moved on. Izanagi? Oh, with the catalyst? Man. And I could run 2 heavies. I could throw my little outrageous fortune, which is not Swarming the Waving, but we ain't gonna talk about that. And I throw my Rekluse. Like it's hard for me to break that loadout, E. That loadout is so powerful. But yeah, Izanagi, man. Like I can't use any other thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
because you have Rekluse too.
Woo. And yeah, Rekluse. Oh, that's another.
I was like, if Rekluse got yanked out of the game right now, it would be a completely different game for so many people. Like if they're just all right, everybody, we're going to have a week off for Rekluse. Rekluse has got to take a vacation.
You know it's coming.
I was like, at some point, man. Season's Dawn or something, that thing is going to get like just cut somewhere. Just cut in half.
That weapon is too good, E. It is, I mean listen,
I'm
not asking for a nerf, but man,
it is so crazy. And it's so it's one of those two. Yeah, shout out to Divinity. I've heard that thing's actually pretty awesome. So
interesting. I gotta get that. But yeah, Rekluse, he said leave it. His citizen says leave it. I'm just telling y'all, you know when we having this much fun with a gun.
We don't have the Paul Tassi, Nerf God power. But
yeah, he calls himself Lord Commander Nerf. Yeah,
the I was Lord like, if he says it has been decreed, so it'll just happen.
It's happening, y'all. Y'all better get it in now while y'all can, because I'm telling you know who I had to retire because of Rekluse? It's a sad day. Escalation Protocol shotgun. Pour a little liquor out. You was my man. I never put you down. But Rekluse is here, man.
but that's kind of the thing. Everybody who has it runs it. And it's one of those things, again, you've got to have. So we've had our time with it. They haven't mentioned Rekluse. They also haven't mentioned One-Eyed Mask.
Oh, that got to go.
At some point, they're just going in the dumpster in the back. Like, it's just not going to be a thing. Yeah. So... At some point, it's coming, so don't be surprised. That's all I gotta say is enjoy it while you got it, have fun, do what you're gonna do. When it comes, we all know it's coming, so don't be surprised. We know it's coming. Don't freak out. Don't threaten a Bungie dev or something. People. Yeah, calm yourselves.
Last point I'll say about Rekluse, which really makes it just god tier. It's probably the only weapon that it is equally dominant in PvE and PvP.
Oh, yeah.
It is dominant. When Man of Arms procs just for killing anything, and even without killing anything with Rekluse, Rekluse regular is still solid. It's not terrible. Yeah. So it's just, I got that loadout, man. It's a Nagi that, and then I'm just waiting for my swarm, It's outrageous. Fortune just hold it down. That's been it, man. What about you? What's your loadout been looking like these days?
I mean, it's honestly still just kind of random stuff. So I haven't gotten to max. I've been running. I do this I played my Titan a lot last season because that one jumped on was that my dominant been playing it more. And this time I switched over, played my Titan some, and then as I try and go over to the next character, and then I get stuck in that character, so I'm stuck on my Warlock again.
Oh, he's stuck. Okay.
Hunter's just sorry, dude. He's still 760 over there, taking a sweet time. Oh yeah, he's really 750. He just artifact bonus. So.
Wow. If you got $20, you can move it up.
I saw that, dude. That was this week it popped in, huh? I was like, wait, that would. $20 to get you to 900, and 900 is the easy part to get to.
It's the easy part of the grind. That's so funny,
yeah. Whoa, hold on now.
20 big ones.
But yeah, just kind of a little bit of everything. I got the new fusion rifle from Eris. So the new Dreambane type. It's called Dreambreaker.
How is it?
I don't know how it is for impact, damage, and PvP and stuff like that. But its sound... I will say, they continue to crush, the sounds in this game. When you go, Black Armory, those weapons, I love Tatara's Gaze. The way that thing sounds like a 50 cal Barrett sniper. You fire that thing, you're like, holy crap, what did I just fire? Hammerhead's just doof, 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 and it's just beast. Yeah. And then you turn around and you get, Arc Logic, the new auto rifle, has its own distinct one. But this fusion rifle's ring, ding, ding, ding. It's you hear every little bolt fire. It sounds really cool. Yeah. So it's actually really unique. And that one I got recently just because the, the Nightmare Hunt Servitude. Just go run in there. Do it at 920. Some people were saying if you need an essence, where do you get the essence? They're random. But if the Nightmare Hunts are up that match the name, just go run it once or twice and you're going to get it.
You're going to get it. Yeah, I peeped that. Yeah, man, that's something, man. I mean, you're right. The sounds, just tremendous, man. Everything. Like I said, I've been ranting about Izanagi. I just love the way it sounds when you forget firing. When you pull it out, it sounds like you're sheathing a sword. You know what I'm saying? But it's shing. I'm like, oh, this is. I got my little Ronin ornament on. Man, look, they killing on something. I need a nomination. Y'all see me on Twitter. I've been on Jeff Keighley's. I've been pulling up on Jeff Keighley in the Game Awards. I need y'all, Bungie community. This game, y'all can say what y'all want about Destiny. Y'all can say y'all don't like Destiny for the guys.
You just want sound and music.
Bro, I want a nomination. Now, they don't even got to win. I want a nomination. We have been getting great tunes. See, the cops are coming right now. You don't hear them there? You know what I'm saying? We've been getting great tunes from Destiny and great sound effects from Bungie for years. For this game not to have one nomination in sound is a travesty. I don't even want to hear it. And I think it's a lot of the Destiny haters because they don't like the game. Forget the game. Listen to the music. Listen to the, come on, man. It is not even a question that this game should be nominated. So I need y'all to get on that. When the Game Awards come, we got to get on Jeff Keighley. Playfully, don't attack too crazy. Be playful. Just be like, look, we need this game needs to be celebrated on that level. Because it's next level stuff, man. Really and truly.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue that. I'm sitting there talking about one gun, and I fire it. I was like, damn. But then you pick up the toaster, or you pick up just so many things are unique and cool, and that is one of the things. While random rolls, it may not be the best, or you're like, oh, this is trash. But if I go pick up like random Einstein D, I know that thing's gonna be like, I know how that's gonna sound, and then I can still picture in my head like my first Scathe that I got back in like. From Destiny to like year 1, and that like auto rifle, I was like, this thing actually feels kind of like an earthy auto rifle, like kind of natural, more military, like, yeah, like, so no, still great, still absolutely great.
Think about when you shoot the colony, boom, boom, and then you hear the little,
yep,
bro, that is amazing. Like, they have the best sound, man. It like I said, shout out to Hampton. He said, you could argue the best skyboxes as well. I mean,
easy, so good.
Easy, man.
I was looking for, it's the new bow from the raid. That was like one of the drops I got. I got the new sniper, by the way, also very cool. Omniscient Eye, that was one of my raid drops. But I got the bow from the raid, and that thing sounds like a ninja bow. It's like silenced bow. It's like, it's so quiet. It's so quiet.
That's dope.
Yeah, like I know some of them are like, thoom, but this one it almost has like less. It's almost like, it's like it's barely there.
Fire.
It's a really cool one. I'm looking for the name in it. I can't remember.
Yeah, give me the name on it. I want that. That's fire. I like that, man.
Oh, I think I'll track it down. Really? Oh, there we go. It is called Accrued Redemption. It's just a combat bow. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it sounds cool, and it's a compound bow. So I don't know. It's just one of those. When I fired it, I was like, again, just completely distinct. Sounds really cool. Yeah. So that one's legit.
That's what's up, man. That's hot. Shout out to Mr. Aries. He's trying to get his rare bounty for the Izanagi. Yeah, I know a couple of people on that step.
Hey, Aries, you need the rare bounty for that weapon. Yeah, I need the catalyst. So whenever you run that catalyst, I still got to go run Heroic Menagerie and get a group together.
Bro, call me up. That's my favorite activity. You let me know. I
got to do that one still. I mean, at least I finally finished the Chalice or whatever. I just did it 2 weeks later than everybody else did, and nobody was there. Nice. I was like, yep.
Chalice done. Got that. You already did Shadow. Was Shadow Throne part of it too, right?
For the catalyst?
I can't remember.
Oh, well, I got to get the catalyst to drop.
Right, and you can't do it until you got to perfect the Chalice.
Oh, but you're talking about to get Izanagi's quest? Yeah, Shadow Throne's in there. Yep.
Yeah, and last thing, shout out to everybody. There's a little thing in the community, because I know we talk a lot about Izanagi today. We got to get on Bungie with the steps for getting it now. Because trying to explain it to a new player that didn't have Black Armory, and now the forges rotate, they're not, you literally, poor Addict, he has to wait every day until he can get his little chemo, until it resets, and stuff like that. Now, some parts I heard are easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ada hands you certain steps. But it's a little confusing for someone who's never played Black Armory who wants to get this weapon. And then there is a step where he's at now, where Ares is talking about where you need to get a random rare bound. And that's kind of tough because it's just RNG. So the best way I know to get the rare bounties is to literally try and turn in as many bounties for her as you can. So save up as many as you can. Turn them all in together, turn 10 of them in together, as many as you can. Try and get that one to drop. That's the only thing I've ever heard that seems to help. Other than the ones at the bottom count, the ones where you use the what you call it,
like the other guns,
the modulus thing, the one where she tells you to do activity.
Yeah. I don't know if those do it. I think it's just like the daily and the weekly. It's just trying to get all of those done. Just turn them in together so you can actually check that one.
So they treating it like how they treated Spider Bounty with Lord of Wolves, where it could be RNG based on the bounty drop.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah, Vagabondo, the forges rotate daily. So every time, just go to Earth, look in the lower left-hand corner, and it'll tell you what the forge is of the day at reset, of every daily reset.
Yep. Confirmed daily. Which is kind of interesting. It's like I don't have time to go play through on a new character. But just to be able to explain that experience to somebody, that's like, there are some things like that have completely changed, and people are like looking up these videos, and it's like, we're sorry, but it's like, I don't have a good way to explain it because I'm not going through it fresh. Like, I don't have a way to know.
Yep. Reddit is lit right now. There's so many people who are, I am so glad I did Izanagi before. Remember, I was like, you playing a lot before Shadowkeep. Remember, you was like, you thought I would kind of taper off because I knew in the back of my mind, let me get these weapons. I didn't know they were going to do this, but I just wanted to be ready. And because in the raid, Izanagi is so efficient, man.
Yeah, so it's a power punch, definitely, on that final guy, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. Well, I don't even know what conversation topic plan we ever had in the first place of this one, but it has been completely off the wall today. So
yes.
You guys have been rolling with, like, Flashpoint, just Goofy Point today. But, yeah, we've got also shout out to The Big Show.
Well...
he is going to be part of the Bungie bounties. So he's actually going to be up in, I guess, Seattle, hanging out with them, playing, stuff like that up there. I'm sure they'll be streaming when it happens. So October 19th, so tomorrow, really? Yeah. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., damn. On PS4, that one's going to be Bungie bounty, and I don't know if it's like Crucible or PvE. He may be doing both, so he just may play until he's tired. Who knows? And then PC says they'll be on deck for that one later. Because I think the first one was Xbox because they did...
With Phil and Pete Parsons.
Yeah, Phil and Pete. So they played Xbox. Now you got Big Boy, Big Show on PS4, and then PC. I guess we'll see what comes next there.
Yes, sir.
And we do actually have some changes coming.
Yeah, man. Let's get
some good, some updates, some things. So patch 2.6.1 will launch on the 29th. So that's about a week and a half, guys. So not this coming reset, but the next one. And basically they said Trample and Everlasting Flames have been obviously outliers for PvP supers for a while. And they're bringing back in, basically bringing them back in check. Less return energy on super, less number of kills that you can get both in PvE and PvP. PvE didn't get knocked down quite as bad. Dawnblade got knocked down a little bit more, but I mean, you could get 30 kills with it, which is kind of bonkers.
Which is kind of ridiculous when I read that number. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, it's still 21, still a lot if you're like pretty precision with it. Tramples, 15, it's down to 14, but you're talking, it was 15, now it's down to 7 in PvE, so that's definitely going to be shorter. The energy you get back is less. So you're just hopefully not going to get killed by the same super on two sides of the map. And then also the ways that, I mean, especially when, Titans. I play Titan, decent amount. Just dashing is going to be a little more costly, so you can't just travel with your shoulder charge. Just those types of things are going to get. What?
Yeah, I see your face. Let's get to it.
No, are you talking about Peregrine?
I'm talking about the damn one-hit kill knee. They nerfed that yet? Where's the nerf?
No, there's no shoulder charge nerf until you nerf some other stuff, dude. You can kiss my butt until handheld supernova. Nuh-uh,
listen, Titan.
I will throw language in here, sir. Don't make me do it. Handheld supernova pisses me off more than anything because you can kill me farther than I can charge.
That is an ability, sir. That can
so is shoulder charge.
You just running around the map with
you have to be running, and you have to be running. I can't just start running around a corner. You have to be running.
Forgive me how difficult it is to run in Destiny. Oh, forgive me how the effort and skill required.
I can't sit around a corner and be like, boop.
Yeah, but I get it one time. I gotta wait for my discipline to come back.
I gotta wait for my melee to come back too. You gotta wait for your grenade. I gotta wait for my melee. And by the way,
you gotta wait for your melee.
Your cone of range. I gotta wait. Your cone, width that you hit that
without the melee. Let me
ask
you this: without the melee, can you still get the one-hit kill? What happens? It doesn't even activate.
If I don't have my melee ability up, it's not there.
Okay.
I just run around and go.
We're gonna call this a pass. We're gonna call this a pass for right now. But I'm waiting for that nerf.
Yeah, I'm waiting for yours too. Nothing wrong with handheld supernova.
I'll be partying hard when I hear that nerf. But continue.
Yeah, when handheld supernova gets knocked down, I'll be doing the same thing. So. Harry's up there's like nothing.
Kill by that?
Oh my god! It's the
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, but it happens. I would say maybe once for me, it's once every 10 matches, somebody did. I'm like, all right, good one, haha.
No,
you get around that corner, you charge it up.
But you just sit there and wait, and you're like, boop.
Bro, nothing angers me than that Titan that's ape shotgunning, coming beelining, and all I know what he wants to do. Like, literally, all he wants to do is throw knees.
I'm not saying, like, One-Eyed Mask, nerf the hell out of it, and I'm a Titan. That's fine. That would fix a lot of that, obviously. But shoulder charge, yeah, that's kind of equated out by some other things, so.
Look at the Titan in him. Look at the Titan in him holding on to it. Yeah. Don't worry, Warlock. I'm fighting a good fight for us. Hopefully one day.
Oh, and by the way, I've also done this before, shoulder charge. Swoop! I've missed people with my shoulder charge, so it's not always perfect.
Oh, man, don't be acting like that thing is not OP, but we gonna continue.
you and Fran can chat it up. It's fine.
Yes,
you both hate shoulder charge. I've heard it from both of you.
Oh my Lord, I hate it.
Go
But
play
I'm
Titan,
learning
see
to
how
cope.
it feels. See, that's the thing. If you live on one class a lot,
yeah, that's what it is. You take the personality of the class, and that's just what it is. Yeah, you've taken the personality of Titan. I've taken the personality of Warlock. So those are the things that both irk us. You know what I'm saying? No more than anything.
Yeah, and then the hunters can all just go burn in hell.
Salute to the hunters. Nah, them little dodging annoying rolls, man. I hate
Dodge,
when I
duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Solo blade barrage. Like, oh my god,
running little hunter, man.
Solo blade barrage. Sweep. Shout
out to Ares. He hates shoulder charge with a burn. I'm with you, brother. Oh, I can't stand it. It is like the win button. It's the free win.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna look at you and run and kill you because I'm just running. I hate that choice at all. I hate it. Moving on. Let me. Musa, let me get it.
Mr. Ares is a hunter main.
Oh, we done slandered the hunters. Sorry, Ares. Sinister, blah, blah, blah. Look at that. You know, everybody's putting their subclass love in the chat.
So it was like, all I can say is everybody's a little mad about everything. Bungie's probably doing okay.
Yeah, it's true. But I will say this.
There are outliers for sure. But
yeah, it does feel like it does take a lot. I gotta get on some sinister theories. It does feel like it takes a little longer for the Titan to get his nerfs. So we're looking at One-Eyed Mask. We'll get back to you.
I will be honest, that is taken... I will be honest, like, One-Eyed Mask has been way too damn long. And I'm even a Titan. I'm a Titan, and I'm just like... Now, I'm the dumb Titan who doesn't use it that often. For whatever reason. So, like, you actually won't see me out there using it very much. But, dude, no, that, like, for as bad as it is by too many people in high levels of PvP skills to say, hey, this be broken. Yeah, it is. Just fix it. For some reason, how is it that hard to fix? Like, what are they not? Like...
Titans get allowed to rock longer.
I mean,
like, my Nova Warp.
Yeah, they took Nova Warp and they're like, I'm chopping off at the knees.
They said, hold on, Warlocks. Y'all out here poofing and bloofing? And it's like, no. Shut that down next week. And I'm like, damn.
Then we'll do some editing. We'll bring you back up. But, like, no, that's One-Eyed Mask. Well, we can't overdo it.
We can't do it yet. We gotta see.
We gotta be.
We're watching. We're watching you, Titans. But we'll come back. We don't have a date. We'll think about it. Everybody else, Hunters, you're doing this too much. Blade Barrage, get you out of here. Weird, they got the Blade Barrage early. They're like, they doing too much. Yeah,
this is one of those weird ones. It's like, I don't know if they're afraid to turn it off. I think they'd make people happier if they turn it off. Even if it's like a long time fix or it's like connected to too many things or it doesn't, if they fix one thing, if it's a deeper fix than we want, turn it off. Just like turn it off in Crucible or something. You have any idea, like, go ahead, use it in PvE. Who cares? Like, nobody does. But like PvP, just turn it off. Like, if it's a playlist, can't go in, you have One-Eyed Mask on, you're like, oh, damn. It's like, so be it.
It's true. Like, it's true. In their defense, I think maybe because the way it works, it activates, then it puts that little aura. Maybe UI-wise, I'm just trying to be defending it now.
Well, it's like UI or health regen or
something.
It hits too many different things, like, for them. If they touch one, it's either going to, like, if they mess with it, it, like, ruins your recovery, and then you're just, like, a toothpick waiting to get blown over. Who knows? But, yeah. So there's some...
Hopefully.
It shouldn't take that long, I don't think. And I think they've known it's been an issue for a while, so there's got to be some deeper issue. And I hate this is one of those points where they're like, we're going to be a little slow to tell you what's happening. It's like, why? Just tell us. It's like, we have our eye on it, expect a change in a future update. If you at least said here in the TWAB, be like, we see this as an outlier, we feel this is not working as intended or is too strong or blah, blah, blah. Whatever their eye is, at least say what you got going on and be like, hey, we're doing a little bit more checking. We're feeling like it's say something.
Yes.
Anything at this point.
Hunters and Warlocks would appreciate this.
Yeah.
Shout out to the hunters out there. Spectral Blades, I remember that too. They got them quick.
Yeah, they got a couple of the quality life changes. Sentinel Code of the Protector. Armor of Light timer now correlates with the life of Ward of Dawn, which I don't know if that actually makes it shorter. Like, if Ward of Dawn goes away and you get the buff and then you leave, do you get to keep it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
See, I don't know if that's actually, like, a bug or, like, this is quality of life, but if that's quality of life in the wrong direction, that's lower quality of life. So I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Night Stalker, just a bug with Shattering Strike and things like that. And then Shoulder Charge, speaking of it. Well, no, they fixed the bug with 1-2 punch and Shoulder Charge, like, fight. Basically, people were one-shotting, like, nightmare bosses.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So that one is definitely going to be taken away. If not now, it's the patch that's coming. So. Now, when it comes to, before I get to this stuff, when it comes to Iron Banner, I saw on Twitter that they basically said, besides the whole, like, buggy quest step, which obviously they just said that it's going to autocomplete, which is nice. So that was actually a really cool thing on their end. On the other side, you have 2 days of 3 maps. Only 3 maps. And they didn't announce that. So you have people going, hey, why am I seeing just these 2 maps? 2 maps. I'm seeing 3, but no more. And then 2 days later, they're like, oh, we just wanted to do a showcase of the new maps so you can see them a lot. And now they'll all be in there. It's like, why do you think they're like, do you think that was actually intentional? Or do you think that's like back end speak for like, hey, let's go ahead and fix this now because people seem to know.
Now I got a theory. I think it was intentional. I think what happened was, this is my theory. I think Bungie was feeling themselves. I think they knew that these 2 maps, let's be real, Twilight Gap, and what's the other one's name? The other classic, I forget the other one, but you know the 2 that's classic from D1.
Yeah.
Right? Those are beloved
Widow's
maps.
Court.
Widow's Court, right? So Widow's Court, Twilight Gap. So they were so hyped to bring it. So they're like, you know what, let's probably do a limited edition thing. The first week, it'll just do it. They didn't tell anybody, but I remember playing. I'm like, damn, am I gonna get any other map? Like, I was getting annoyed. I ain't gonna front you. I was like, all right, the novelty wore off after about 3 times playing in it, and then I'm like, can we get back to the other maps? Because those maps are suited for specific kind of weapons. You know what I'm saying? And you can't use every certain loadouts effectively. So that was annoying. And then obviously you get the other one. I just think it's called Fragment or whatever, which is okay, kind of thing. But yeah, my gut tells me that was intentional. They just forgot to say it. And now it looks funny because people are like, yo, what is going on kind of thing. So how long did they say before they remove it out of...
I think it was like 2 days, or it was like, it's basically probably done by now. Or if it's not done, it'll be done by like daily reset. It was like, they were doing it for literally a couple of days, I think.
Okay.
It's just one of those, like, why not just say it in advance? Why not just go ahead and say that, hey, by the way, first 2 days, we're going to be on these maps. In case you haven't seen them that much, we want to definitely give you guys some time to get a feel. In case we want some feedback on these, let us know. After these 2 days, then, all maps, normal maps will be in the rotation.
Yeah, man. I hear you. Shout out to Bull. Try refreshing, man. Hopefully Twitch will play with us. See what's going on.
Morning, night, like, really?
Yeah, I know. The Twitch been misbehaving on us, man. But we're going to get through.
But other than that, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing. It's like they may have been doing it intentionally, just a little communication. So
yeah, I agree. That was definitely a dropping of the ball, miscommunication.
Yeah, just a little heads up, and people wouldn't be like, "What is going on? Why is it all weird?"
Yep.
So they gave us a little patch note preview for 2.6.1. Again, that's on the 29th. They said Forsaken subclasses will display correct super icons in the PvP HUD, so now you'll know, if a PvP player is running Golden Gun or if they're actually running Blade Barrage or Spectral Blades or Nova Warp or Chaos Reach. So you actually have an idea up top. I mean, that helps, especially for competitive stuff like that, to kind of plan, to be like, hey, they're running this versus they're running, oh God, they're running this. Like, you can plan ahead or at least know what's coming. So
yeah, information is cool. I even like just the subtlety of knowing, on a map when you're seeing, oh, there's a Warlock here, there's, Titans there by their little icon. I think this is, information to me is always good. So I always like those little subtleties with UI.
They fixed that. I watched I don't want to call out who did it, but I watched them do it on stream. But it was one of those, hey, I heard about this bug, and I'm going, what's the bug? And I'm literally talking to them on their Twitch stream, and they're like, hey, it's this thing. If you go into Reckoning as a Warlock and you put in 1 weak moat, you are getting high-level Titan gear. So it's like not the right character, but if you were like, especially when people were leveling up for the raid too, if you play, and I did this backwards, so I couldn't even take advantage of it because I played my Titan first and then I switched to my Warlock. I was like, well, I'm screwed, so it doesn't matter. But if you were like, hey, your highest character was your Warlock, and if this still works, you might be able to do this before, you know, until the patch comes out. You go into Reckoning, tier 1, put a weak mode in, you would get. So even right now, say you're Warlock, what's your Titan level?
Not existing because I haven't touched it.
So what you should actually do this.
I should do it, yeah.
So you should go in Reckoning tier 1, and you will get it like 945 Titan armor.
Wow, I'm about to do that.
Like seriously, sorry, Bungie, spreading the word to those of you that will listen to this.
Exactly.
If you're Warlock, for those of you who played other classes, trust me, I'm screwed here too. If your Warlock is a high level, especially like, hey, my Warlock's like 940, my Titan's like 890 because I haven't touched it in a bit. Go into Reckoning, tier 1, weak mode. Play it. Tier 1's easy. So easy.
Yeah.
Go back out, pick up your Titan armor, just start sending it over. You get a full set, that character's now like 940, and you're like, oh, that speeds up so many powerful drops. So do that now before it's fixed, because along with the sandbox changes, we have a preview of some other patch notes. So that is coming. So Warlocks, if you guys play that primary, go get that Titan up. Go have some Titan fun for a little while.
Getting that Titan gear.
So that one is broken, but will be fixed in a week and a half. They fixed the bugs for loading times for gear preview and spaceflight. Good thing.
Yes.
Players should notice the character models update more quickly.
Nice. I wonder if this applies for non-SSD folk.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a big SSD thing.
NVMe crew up in here, so we just run them at speed. So
yeah, man.
Phantasmal core stack raised from 3 to 99. Just that though. Aren't upgrade modules still limited? Aren't certain things still? I'm like, somebody explain this to me.
Go.
So, we're talking about Phantasmal cores. Those are the ones for you to buy the essence. Those are the black ones. I am always stacked to the max on Phantasmal fragments. I have 30. Always some sitting in the Postmaster, always sitting there. I don't use them enough. Like, I'm not trying to buy the cores because I have a few cores that I don't even use because I'm farming other stuff. Like, that rotation, like, if this thing goes up to 999, then the Phantasmal fragments should be. Upgrade modules, I'm pretty sure, are limited at like 30 for whatever reason. I don't know what prisms and stuff are limited to, but I mean, they're always afraid of us like hoarding stuff, but damn, like those limitations get really annoying too.
I agree. You know what I have that issue with? Are you having this issue with Vex offensive coins? I can't pick it up anymore. It's like, oh, you're full already.
Oh,
like, well, what am I?
Yeah, the purple triangles on the ground.
Not those. The ones where
the
one that you give. My fault. You may be right. I didn't realize.
Yeah, the Vex mind components, the purple coin.
Yeah, like
I'm capped at 100 there, like always, because you have to go buy the gun, like bounties from Ikora,
right from her,
and they're only 10. So even if you buy like 4, you're like, I'm already good again.
I got everything exactly. It's like, what am I? And there's nothing else to use them on.
Yeah,
so it's just like that's a misstep.
And that's one of those things I wish. Like they build, I'm looking at my inventory and there's so many consumables. Like I know we have ways to exchange planetary materials now to some level in places. Okay, that helps a little bit. But we have so many currencies that we can't really use that much of. Like, I have 111 black armory schematics.
Wow.
What the hell am I going to do with those?
Wow.
I mean, finally, Barry and Bo's actually coming through Spider's Exchange. Thank goodness.
Yeah, shout out to that.
And you can buy like upgrade modules every so often with that too. Like, use it for something. But we have so many currencies and things. We need to be able to like choose the dismantle, hold it down for sure, hit it yes, okay, 100% button. But those types of things, my goodness, like so many currencies to a point where it's just like I understand. Like we have the Spider currencies, we have the Ada currencies, we have 3 Ada currencies, we have the cores, we have the prisms. Planetary materials, tokens, and now we have like these Vex components. They're going to go away at the end of the season, but I'm capped at them, so I can't have. Why would you put a cap on something that's going to be seasonal anyway? It's going to go away.
Yeah, they're so concerned with with just hoarding stuff that it's just like, all right, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a bit much. It's a bit much, man.
Yeah. So I'd love just to, like, I mean, they're only doing it for the cores. I'm like, just bump some of this stuff up. If it's seasonal, especially, just let me hoard it. Because then guess what? Your season update's going to get rid of it.
Absolutely. Not even going to stay.
For Steam, they added a couple functionality things like add friend and invite from your, they have to be in your fire team, on your friends playlist, or like in your clan. But then you can just do /invite, /add friend. So, like, if somebody jumps in your fire team, you can add them as a friend without having to, like, jump out to Steam, go to the Steam overlay, like, bonuses like that.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. I agree.
They went through a full deep dive on the art station. Oh, my gosh. Like,
yo.
Dude, there are so many pictures in there that are just absolutely crazy. Like, go to each... I mean, they have some really cool pictures, but go to each artist and look at each of them. You'll see, like, raid bosses and moon. Like, there's so much art in there that is just amazing. What's your, like, even just scrolling through this top, like, what are your top couple that you got here? Because
I love the Eris one because I like that whole storyline. And she's being tormented. And I love the expression on her face. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's really going through it. So that one, I mean, not to sound cliche-y, every single one of these, like, not the what you call it one as much. I guess maybe because it was too up close. The Callus's little spaceship joint. I'm more of a skyboxy kind of person. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it still looks phenomenal.
Golden bars, yeah,
the golden bars. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, but just the skybox one, the weapon ones up close, the one with the hand cannon.
Yep.
Ridiculous detail, insane. You know what I'm saying? But I always love the skybox one, especially that Mark Thompson one. Like, that's the one where you're literally getting on, the darkness ship, and it's like, yo, I remember, like, it puts you in a place, man. Like, these are really, really good. Definitely.
Those that are
what about you?
Yeah, those that show the pyramid ship, both of those are legit. I love seeing the detail on the bosses, too. Like, Roderick-wise, you can see the detail on both of the bosses. So you got the Sanctified Mind, the Consecrated Mind, and you get the detail on those, which is freaking awesome. So, like, you can see, like, he did a lot of the nightmares as well, like Skolas. He went through and probably re-updated every nightmare. He's got some Panoptes pictures out there. Like, they're just awesome to see, like, the detail on the bosses, the, like, different angles of them. Because, I mean, in a boss fight or in some of these places, we pass through the story really quickly, or we get to see the bosses. He's like running over to take a poop or whatever. It's like, I mean, you get to see all these quick moments, but when you just get to inspect the detail on some of these guys, like the main big boy boss, Sanctified, Megatron.
Oh yeah, Megatron.
The detail, like on his face, the little like Vex particles coming out, and the effects from him, and like his giant void gun, and it's just, dude, oh my god,
sick, man. I mean, you can't say enough about, the art team. You can't say enough about the skybox. But then when you see this work from other artists, it's like, yo, they can hire these dudes, right? You know what I'm saying? Like right now, like, oh man, this is really, really, like, beautiful stuff. Absolutely spectacular.
Yeah. So go browse all of those, gander at it, make a new wallpaper from 2 or 3 of them if you want. There's some gorgeous art out there. They got the new PvP map. They've got the Vex Invasion looking portal. Like, that thing, I will say, and I had my, like, doubts-ish on, like, the Moon public events being all normal. And then the Vex Invasion. My only worry is when the Vex Invasion goes away, then Moon's going to be back to normal. And I'm like, oh, sad.
I see what you say. Yeah, that's true.
Because it's like, it looks the sky.
So cool when you see it in the sky. Oh,
it's a massive effect. It's like it's like half the screen when you're under it. It's massive.
Yes. And then you looking up into the Black Guarded, and it's just, that is really aesthetically done well. Like, when them joints are coming in, and you spend the time to appreciate it. It looks really good.
And then I'm just trying to scroll through the rest. Like the one of Ariana's Vow with the other ornament on it that you get at the end of the season. That one's literally fire. So, no, go browse the art, guys, because, again, it is just really like good, so good. So good. And then we got to Armor 2.0. So, I mean, general rundown, they said they want to give players freedom to experiment with builds, give players the ability to balance mods, and then just, not overly spam you with stuff in the UI. So I have some opinions on those, but I want you to go just those high-level topics. We don't have to read this thing verbatim.
Yeah.
But, like, first, giving the player the freedom to experiment with builds while also requiring players to make creative choices. How are you feeling on Armor 2.0 just in that topic? Like, how are your build choices? How's your experimenting? How's your creative limitations with the affinity and stuff? Like, what are you thinking so far? Because I want to break down Armor more.
Yeah, that's fine. I think the creative choices part, it's a catch-22 because one part of me does love, that option of saying, okay, what do I need to focus on? What do I need to change with this armor piece to fit my playstyle? And I love being able to do that in Destiny. Like that's a new feel. It makes me take my time to experiment. The flip side is that the affinity system kind of forces the RNG in your hand. So, now it's like, damn, I wish, I kind of knew what goes where. And, we'll get into that with the UI and all that stuff. But for that one part, yes, it's giving freedom. Yes, it's making Destiny better. Choices, I would say there's some fake limitations that they like self-imposed limitations on certain things, and that's where I'll leave it. And I don't know necessarily how I feel, but I do like the fact that that the vibe they're giving is that part is also going to be evolving. So where are you at with this one portion?
Yeah, I mean, part of it for me is, so they give players the freedom to experiment with builds to a point. So you have some limitations, while also requiring players to make creative choices when putting those builds together. Okay. So you have your affinity, your arc, solar, and void, certain guns with certain things. They try to balance out, and they get to this a little later. I'll just touch on it. When they were talking about the affinity specifically, they're like, hey, they want a different range of ammo types. So like special, heavy, and kinetic. They want different ranges, close, far, medium. They want different thematics, like, to make sure each type kind of matches. Like solar has rockets. It also has ashes to assets. So we're talking about explosions here. Machine guns, that type of stuff. So they've got the ideas there. I know this thing had to be bounced around internally like mad.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of like brainstorming and whiteboarding work done to this one to make sure it's like, how's it going to feel? Where do we start? And they said this is Armor 2.0, specifically because like 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, there's going to be an evolution to this, as you said, which is definitely, it has to happen. I think one of my biggest things is when it comes to the creative freedom, we already have limitations when it comes to stat rolls. So maybe your good stat rolls on Void and not Arc, and you're like, well, I guess I gotta wait. So I gotta maybe mix up my playstyle. Then you're like, okay, what mods work within that thing that got the good stats? So we're 2 funnels down. Then on top of that, hey, what does it take for me to get up to level 7? Okay, it's only cores for 5, 6, and 7. It's enhancement cores, but not everybody's swimming in those. I have more than most, I'll be honest, and I'm still picky, for sure.
Yes.
But 8, 9, and 10 to really get that creativity. If I want to go heavy ammo, heavy ammo finisher on a class item and use anything else at all, those last 3 little upgrade mods are brutal. So now it's like you got the prisms, which could take 2, and you're like, do I really want a prism on this one? I mean, I guess the class item might be okay because there's no stats on it. By the way, why does the class item not have stats? What the hell?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know, man.
I forgot about that. Good point.
That's annoying to me. Like, give me something. Give me
something.
Because those class items, they just don't, like, why you like 4 out of 5? Like, just let me have them all. Come on. And then they'd be worried about stats breaking, but honestly, we're going to get there eventually anyway. So we've got all that. So you have got to be the right affinity, funnel 1. Got to be the right stats, funnel 2. Got to be able to use the right mods to go with your build. That's 3. And then you got to spend all this stuff to get actually to be able to use the creative freedom. So our ability to get to where they want us to is not the easiest thing to get to. So there's a lot of steps to get through. There's a lot of hurdles to go over to finally enjoy the freedom. Like if I just had like 3 sets, Arc, Solar, and Void, good stats, and I had finally somehow come across or tripped over all the currencies from Ridiculous Like Gaming to have stuff at level 10, then it could be like, all right, swap here, there, 500 points a thing, or 500 glimmer thing, cool, I'm switching here and there. But to get there is quite the jump.
It's a lot. I mean, these are good points. I think, I think they know this is fluid. I think this is new territory for them. My main issue is kind of what you said, but also I want to double down on point cost.
Like the energy?
Bro, like something targeting for SMGs and all that shouldn't be like 5 and 6 energy, bro. Like I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna use it, but I'm not gonna use that particular one because it costs so much. Because it's like, bro, like they're killing flexibility, and I know the arguments are, well, just level it up. It costs a lot to level. That is a supreme commitment to level something up, and who knows if you get something in a better stat roll, if you're not getting those materials back from what I know. So
some people might have said you actually might get them back.
Okay, well, maybe if they do, great. All I'm saying is the economy on some of these mods is a bit out of whack. Like, they are so careful with trying to be balanced. I get it, and it's like, we're going to talk about what they intend to do in a bit, but it's just, I guess right now they're gonna have to look at the metrics and see what we as a community are not using. And I'm pretty sure 6 points for a little targeting joint is something that a lot of people are gonna be like,
is that enhanced targeting or targeting?
It was like regular. It was just like regular I'm like, but it was one of those it's one of those jack of all trade targetings.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's why. But yeah, but they're still, but they are, dude. I know that's rough. I thought those were mostly like 5.
Yeah, shout out to what W. Prescott, he said, I feel like the gameplay loop and Armor 2.0 don't mix well, especially when bounties will dictate your weapons at times and you can't have armor sets to maximize your play. I get where you're going. I think for me, I've kind of gotten into this mode that went first, like how you're talking about the funnels, right?
Yeah.
That's a great analogy. My primary funnel is the roll first. Like the stat roll.
Okay. Yeah.
That is my primary thing because I'm like, okay, how do I play? And my thing is, for me, I want to be tough. I want to have my super a lot. Grenades sometimes. I'll sacrifice grenades every once in a while. So those are my focuses on the builds that I'm wanting. So that if the stat rolls if it's like strength 12 or, mobility, something that I just personally don't use, right? Yeah. As much, then that's getting sharded or infused. So that's the first funnel for me. Then once it gets down to that, now it becomes the affinity, right? Then I'm looking at, okay, how many of these do I have affinity-wise in this category? How many arms do I have that have void? How many? So I got to make sure that even though the stats are good, right, that it's a different affinity because I don't want to be having a whole bunch of void arms running around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to have that variety.
You just cut out. Go back.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Discord. Am I back now? Yeah, so I'm basically, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm having the same affinity. I want to have the flexibility. I want to have the best rolls for each affinity. And then when I have duplicate affinity, I'm sharding it or infusing it. So that's how I'm playing. And thus, to Prescott's question, to his thing, it can work. But it's just you have to be cognizant of what you have. Because my whole thing is I don't want to be in a situation, which is what Prescott is saying, where it's like, damn, I really want fusion, something scavenger, right? And damn, I don't got the arms that it even going. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't even got the affinity that it even going or whatever. Yeah. Never want to be in that situation. So that's how I've been playing, just to kind of counter that. But I still like it, you know what I'm saying? But I know why they're doing it. I mean, for those who don't like it, they are so afraid of breaking this game with the potential combinations. If you could just put everything on everywhere, and let's be real, if you do that, then what's the chase, right? There's no more chase. You're going to have everything. You're just going to put it to where you want and be done. So I get where the community wants, and I get what they want, and it's this fine little thing. All I'm saying is bring the cost down on some things. There are some things that I'm like, fam, this should not cost 6 or 7. Now, heavy, I feel you. Heavy is important. Heavy could break the game. You want to do that thing with the artifact, 6 or 7 on that one, I get that. But unless this thing is not breaking the game, bring the prices down, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like basic targeting, stuff like that. Like, I agree. That stuff should be a little less. Scavengers. By the way, the ammo finder or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I got that.
Okay, so when you get like the bonus brick or whatever, I guess,
Yeah.
It only gave me like 1 grenade.
Like 1 brick. Yep.
Yeah, so you're getting extra. You're not getting extra bricks. You're getting like a bonus brick that's worth less. I was like, wait a minute, that's not how that's supposed to work. They changed that up. I saw.
They changed that. My question to you is this, though. I'm glad you brought that up. So, is the finder and the scavenger in the same thing, in the same affinity?
I'm trying to remember now, honestly.
Because, see, I have let me get into my situation. I have machine gun finder, right? So I notice it works. I'll see those bricks on the floor, but it'll be, like you said, 1, right? My question is, if there's any way to have...
different. Yeah, they're different.
So they're different affinity. So then they want you to mix the kind. Oh, I see what they're doing.
Well, no, like Scout and Scout will be all void. So you can do
okay.
So, I mean, each type is going to be a type. So, like, I'm looking at... shout out, by the way. I'm going to throw it in chat. Probably also in the description.
I know what you're going to say.
Oh, it's the site.
I got DestinySets.com.
DestinySets.com. Yeah, that's the only one I know. Now,
I've been using that. Yeah.
He built this one. They did say they are going to be adding a collection into... with the patch. Like, they just said they didn't quite get it in with launch. But they said a collection will be coming, so you know all your mods and stuff like that, and you can look at them. And I'm like, thank God. But right now, DestinySets.com/mods absolutely just shows everything you got once you connect to Bungie. So yeah, it'll show them all. But you got ammo scavengers, ammo finders, ammo reserves, loaders, normal and enhanced, dexterity targeting, unflinching, nightmare, enemy-specific stuff, and all that fun. So those are all there.
Oh, they are there. So basically, they separate. Okay, you're right. So in my case, I have machine gun ammo finder for the arc affinity, right? Yep. And there is an arc machine gun. So basically, I would have to spend 3 and 3, and I have 6. I would have to get the second one. Okay.
Yeah,
so they're making
machine
it
gun
cost
scavenger, machine gun ammo finder. Like, you could do both technically, depending on where they go.
Got it. Okay, fair enough.
So it was like, and this is Armor 2.0. As we said, this is the first time through. It's a lot to learn. They don't want to break the game, obviously. So they'll work on, and that's what they really said. They're going to be bringing down some of the costs of things. They're going to be changing stuff up. The broad categories, they're free. They're for you to get started in case you don't have drops. It's for, I mean, we have to, as we go through, we turn in packages, we play a lot, we do this all the time. We have a decent amount to pick from, so we're getting to these specialized things and all this fun stuff. The general people who are just like, hey, I have Armor 2.0. And I'm New Light. Those basic mods that they got, they're like, oh, okay, I'll just use this one, throw it on here for scatter projectiles, and we're good, and I'm just going to use it on all things. Like, they're not seeing some of the same deep details that we are to a point.
Right.
So, again, I'm terrible at this. I still have to, at some point, go think of this from a New Light player's perspective and say, hey, what if I open my mod slot and there's like 30 of them down there, and they're like, I don't know what to pick. And that is one of the things they truly said that they want to do is relieve information overload pressure on the UI. Now, it's like, for me, I don't care. I'm going to go search through and find what I want, so give me all the information you can give me.
Right.
But in turn, from the other side, they're trying not to overwhelm the newbies, which I kind of get, but plenty of games have stats and things like that, and they made them all icons and pictures. And I'm like, it's not that overwhelming. You've got pages and stuff. Like, I think we'll be okay. Just get past that. We're good.
I agree, but, I guess they're going to do, some hand-holding in that regard, and, okay.
Yeah.
I want all the information I can get. I mean, that's just me, though.
So they did say coming with mod stacking. In most cases, stacking identical mods will provide diminishing returns on their effectiveness. So 2 hand cannon loaders, say if you don't have enhanced, will still give you the 1.5 times benefit, so it matches. And some of that stuff they're going to be bringing in with the next season and stuff like that. So there are more things they're going to be putting in next season with regards to changes. So you can do 2 hand cannon loaders. So you can double stack reserve mods. Basically, they said the only things you're not going to be able to double stack are things that aren't going to make a difference. Fastball, traction. But they actually mentioned you'll be able to run 2 hand cannon loaders, 2 shotgun ammo finders, and so forth. Dope. So if you do want to specialize, they said next season that they'll actually be working on that. So for you, with where we're at right now, what changes would you like to see?
First off, is off the rip. I've been complaining. UI, please tell me what mod I just got.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than in the middle of combat, You find out, you get a mod, you didn't look at the screen for a second, you don't know where it is, what class it is, then I literally spent 10 minutes going through every single armor, slot to find out what the hell I got. You know what I mean? Especially if it's something cool. You're like, yo, where is this? You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. So that's number one. Your question in reference to like what else I liked about it? I missed the first part of the question. It was besides the things I don't like.
Yeah, just what would you change about it right now, just with the system? So
yeah, like I said, UI, cost, and people are saying that specific activities give enhanced ones. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just my RNG. I just felt like I haven't seen that for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know what. For example, like the Nightfall, when you have the choices, right? They should also include mods or better mods or something in the director screen to say, yo, there's a chance you can get it here. That's kind of what I'm at with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just sources and stuff, and I think the collection will help with that. Hopefully saying, hey, these are coming from sources. Hey, the Supreme mods for Nightmares come from at least Hero and up. Or Legend is going to drop Supreme and up, so Legend is going to help you with, like, Master. So ideas of sources would be good. Enhanced perks, obviously, knowing about those, knowing what we're missing. That's all going to be good. They did say they're going to be putting a few other broad category mods in there for like ammo finders and ammo scavengers. So if you're like special or kinetic, like they're gonna put those generic mod finders in there. They're probably gonna be costing more, but then that's something if you're like, hey, I can set up a build special no matter what I switch to, I'm good. That's something you can work with as well. It said they just didn't get those in there, but they should be coming also next season. So next season, next patch, like next patches of the collections, which is great. Like the collections are in a week and a half, which is awesome. And then next season, which we all think is like December 10th, is Armor 2.1. So
yes, agreed. But yeah, man, I mean, overall good addition. I just think that they still tweaking to go. I like that they're receptive to the tweaking though. I think that is really cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's a journey. They're finding their way, but I will say this. Ultimately, overall, I feel it's a positive thing. That it's fun to do builds in Destiny. I think that is something we've been wanting a long time. Is it perfect? No. Is it a long way to go? We still got ways to go. But let's be real, E. We've complained that Destiny armor had no place. And the fact that I know you have, and I know, the fact that we're able to have some level of customization, some level of, play style and identity. And I'm seeing build videos that excite me. Like I'm seeing guys are like, yo, put this together with this and that. And you just have it, it's on its way. We're in the infancy stages of something new. We're going to give them a little time to work out the kinks. And, as long as they continue to be receptive, like how they've been in this TWAB, I'm excited for it. And I think it's going to eventually get to where it needs to go. But what about you, E?
I mean, kind of the same. I mean, it is definitely a start. You can tell the fear of them wanting to make sure things are more costly as opposed to game breaking. That seems, I think, obvious on, as you said, the cost of a mod for a generic mod being like 6 or whatever. Like, those things do seem a bit high in the safety. Like, we're going to be real cautious first. Like, you're going to have to be kind of picky before you can just, like, double down, fully break, like, double ammo finder, double ammo scavenger, double reserves, and all of a sudden you got, like, 700 machine gun bullets, and they're like, well, I'm good to go. Cool. So,
exactly.
They definitely have wanted to watch things like that. And it's kind of obvious. The collections thing was kind of unfortunate, but I'm glad they're at least letting us know. It would have been nice even just like, by the way, I mean, for like the Destiny Armor Sets guy, he did a good job. It's great to have it. And in 2 weeks, like, probably won't get used as much, which is a bummer. I wish they would have been like, hey, it will be coming to collections. This is one of those things. It's not that hard to say. We didn't make it into Shadowkeep. We're working on it. There will be a collections, tab for mods coming, just so people are like, where the hell is this? Because I heard like 3 different podcasts talk about this. Same topic. And then they finally throw it in here like 3 weeks later. And we're like, yeah, we know.
Yep. Transparency, boys. Transparency, man.
Yeah. But all in all, I mean, the price of some things, we'll see how that kind of, the economy of your mod energy balances out. But the other side of it is like, I want to be able to earn these things. Really, the only place to earn Nightmare mods, or the mods, are Nightmares, Nightfalls.
And Nightfalls, yeah.
And for the Ascendant Shards, it is only the 980 Nightfall. That is it.
Really? Wow.
That Ascendant Shard is either going to come from the Season Pass, which you get like 4.
Right.
Or farming that 980 Nightfall.
Wow.
That is the only place to get a shard.
Yeah.
And those
that
things
puts it in
are.
perspective
Or your other option is to run Legend, hopefully farm enough prisms. But it takes, if you want to, no, I went through the economy last time. If you want to buy the prisms or the core, it's expensive as like no other. So you got to go. They're like, hey, go play those Nightfalls.
Yeah, oh yeah, Nightfalls got value. Oh yeah, they got value now. That's one complaint I had. There's definitely value. The days of me skipping the Nightfall is over. Because I used to skip the last couple of seasons. I was just skip Nightfalls. That's over. I got to get in there for mods, for these shards, these prisms, all this stuff, man. Yep. I got to get in there. There's no, and isn't it a pinnacle reward source?
Yeah,
so
that one too.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
But that, I mean, we'll wait and see what the changes come to this thing. But overall, I think it's getting there. It's a start, but it's getting there.
We get into MMO territories, which I like.
Yeah, so that's most of what we have for the week, guys. I know this might have been a shorter one. Sorry if the stream was questionable, but shout out to good audio. We're going to try and get like legit audio recordings up, so hopefully that is absolutely perfect this time. Other than that, you got anything else you want to cover? Anything you got for the week? Anything you're looking forward to? I know we got the Leviathan quest the Leviathan's Breath quest next week for the calendar. So we got a couple things coming, but what do you... Anything you're looking forward to? Anything you're waiting on?
Yeah, I mean, to see the hunts and all that, to see, obviously that with the Leviathan quest, how that's going to start. But to be honest, I got a weird request. Like, since I'm on my 2.0 mode, I've been on some really wanting to get 2.0 raid stuff and armor that I had. So Black Armory stuff I've been working on. I've been slowly getting my 2.0 Black Armory stuff. Can't get a Black Armory mod to drop, which is weird. As much as I run
Dragon. What do you mean? Well, like Dragon.
No, not the weapon mod. It's a Black Armory armor mod.
Those come from the raid, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, that's what you see. You
they
help me right there.
Yeah, those mods. There were no mods that drop in the forges.
So I got to do Scourge.
Yep,
Scourge.
Yeah,
I need to do
those
Scourge
fallen
anyway.
mods were Scourge.
Yeah, so I think for me, I'm actually excited to do older raids. I want, that 2.0 stuff, because some of that, I miss my Catalyst stuff. I miss the Leviathan, the look of it, how fire it is. And, so I'm doing that. So I'm trying to get I want to run Starvation one more time. I want to start getting those mods and getting just more weapons and work towards. Are you going to work towards Divinity at all, or?
Yeah, I got to work towards that too. It's just I haven't had as much time to play as I'd like between crazy work schedule and doing other things and just kind of balancing out lots of stuff. I haven't just life multiple things like I've wanted to. So no, I mean I want to go get Taken Armaments and Hive Armaments and go do the old raids for those. So I've got those things unlocked. I've got Divinity to work on. We're coming up with Leviathan's Breath next week. Yeah, that's the new big boy bow quest is coming. So
how much more we got for your dungeon?
Week after 29th.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm actually,
week after that podcast, I know what I'll be doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited for.
I will be streaming, dying, doing all the things a lot.
Yes.
All I can say is I don't know what level they're gonna make that thing, but my God, if it's 980. That's gonna hurt.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
I gotta that bonus level, because even if you're 950 and you're like that, we know that Pinnacle Grind slow, so you're like 952, 953, getting up to 980. That's 30 bonus power levels. That is, people are finishing the season pass and they're at plus 15. It only gets longer to get to. So 980 is it's always just gonna be harder than you. So I'm honestly hoping it's not. If it's 950. Kind of okay with that, Pinnacle in towards in-game type stuff, but man, I hope it's not 980. That's just gonna be that's gonna be rough. That's a bit much. I understand you got Master Nightmare hunts. Now if there's I doubt they do another difficulty for the dungeon. I'm hoping it's about 950 and I'll be okay with it, or 940 like the raid. Who knows?
Yeah, that'll be cool if it'd be around that point. But yeah, that's literally what I meant. So I might try to get a couple raid groups together and get that stuff and mess around and then just get my Pinnacle stuff out the way and just get ready.
Yeah, I'm about the same. I'll just be grinding most everything. I got family in town this weekend, so I'm gonna miss out on like half of Iron Banner, which sucks.
So easy too to get all that stuff. So easy and quick.
Yeah, the bounties weren't that bad. I heard people were just like knocking them out. So it's like,
you're gonna fly.
I just want to save the bounties at least on a couple characters. So if I do get to that pinnacle, just be like click, 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 and at least give me a couple 950 ones. I'm not even worried about turning them in right now, but overall, yeah, just playing some Iron Banner, working on quest. There's a lot to do in this game, man. Like if you when you log in and you're like, I want to hit every powerful, it's like you're gonna be in there for a minute. You are gonna
be there for a minute. Yeah,
you're gonna be going. So
yeah, I agree, man.
That's most of what I got. Yeah, so I probably won't be doing much streaming or anything this weekend, guys. I will be busy. If I am playing, it's probably just like solo quiet time while people are sleeping. But for me, I think this is probably one of the coolest places Destiny has been. The portal being built by Ikora is probably going to have some weird ramifications. We will see what happens with that.
Yes.
But all in all, I think we are in a place where Bungie's controlling stuff. They're talking to us a lot. We're getting RPG elements in there. Stats are dropping, mods are going, and it's going to be an evolution of the game. And I think year 3 is probably where I see the brightest light for this game as of yet. And it's been 5 years. So I think this 6th year that we're starting out now is hopefully where I see things even going better. That's where I'll leave it for now.
Man. I agree. I'm right with you. I think we are on the right path. Love it.
Yeah. So, well, that's pretty much where we're going to wrap it up, guys. Hang tight if you guys are in here. I will send you guys over to another stream. But if you want to let them know what you got going on, I'm going to go try and find a very small streamer so we can raid them. So hang tight, guys. But let them know what you got going this weekend, sir.
Yeah, man. You already know Iron Lord Podcast shall return. Every Sunday is the Lord's Day. Still at NFL-friendly season time, 11 a.m. Eastern, because the Lords do not compete with football. But again, another week of just the Lords, man. I think that people miss when it's just us, not always the big guest all the time. So you catch the Lord Phil Dominus himself, Crazy King. The Mad King. That's what I'm calling him now. The Mad King. My man, Lord Sarvin, Lord Addict, you know what I'm saying? Addict out there with his wild topics, his crazy perspectives, his passion, as well as Lord Sarvin, myself, trying to bring some balance and order to the realm. So check us out, talking all the latest gaming topics on the Iron Lord Podcast YouTube channel. Please check that. Also, King of the Statues, my boy King. He's got some amazing Marvel and DC comic channel statues. Please check that out. Again, Iron Lord Podcast channel. And last but not least, lordsofgaming.net, man. Tremendous articles. We got some great writers. We got Destiny stuff up there. We got gaming stuff up there. We got a cool MPD article. Please check that out. Put that out this morning. If you want to know about the gaming industry, the health of the gaming industry, please check out what I just put out on NPD. And every Friday, the best Destiny podcast goes down with yours truly, the Cheetah. And before we wrap, because he doesn't like to do this, so I got to do it for him. I want to salute my bro, man, because, like I said, I met this gentleman at GCX, formerly, Destiny Con,
It's been
a.k.a. / formerly Guardian Con, and, we were just talking off stream, and I'm just like, man, I remember, when he had 2,000 or 3,000 subs, and that to me was impressive because I watched his content. I thought his content was fantastic, and we just hit it off ever since. But to see his most recent accomplishment of 40,000 subs. I look at the videos, 1 million on the. I'm like, do I podcast with this guy? Like, this guy's podcasting with little old me. Now, let me stop. But all jokes aside, no, I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm so proud of you. I love your journey. I love what you're doing. I love the growth. And I just watch and I smile because, again, like I tweeted to you, I see what others didn't see. And to see you get the recognition that you deserve, keep going, keep pushing, man. You're inspiring a lot of people, man. We love your work. The Bob Ross of Destiny. Doing that hard content, making it smooth, calm delivery, easy. So the floor is yours. So 40G, man.
All right, well, I can't live up to that, but I honestly can't thank all of you enough for the support. It's been an amazing journey. It's like, honestly, doing the podcast with you has been awesome. The people we've been able to meet, just the people we've been able to play with, say hello to, and just like all of what this game has done. It's like, I got to thank Bungie, like, for making this game, this community, and being like somehow getting the magic together to make a game that has such a great, like, somebody tweeted out, and this is like, I tweeted mine. Somebody was like, I don't know how, like, the Destiny community on Twitter is like the nicest community. Like,
Facts.
not toxic. I mean, there's always going to be a few bad apples, but we're talking thousands of hundreds of thousands of people, mostly all just cool, positive, and fun people. Like, this community is freaking amazing.
By far the best.
So, no, it's like my shout outs are thanks to all you guys for being amazing, for saying hello in videos. When I literally say at the end, be like, hey, if you just want to comment below and say hello, and they say hello and I say hi back, they're like, holy crap, you did. I'm like, I told you I would. Little stuff, just like all the fun of like meeting people that I've watched as content creators be bigger and go shake their hands at Guardian Cons and meet those, and having guests on our podcast that have been like people I've watched and chatting it up and mixing it up with like you for, I mean, we're coming up on 2 years of this podcast that we were crazy to start during Curse of Osiris.
During Curse of Osiris days.
I was like passing
the Dark
out,
Ages.
Yeah, passing out homemade business cards that I printed at Staples at Guardian Con. Like,
yes, I still got your old business card, man.
You got the old one. Throw that away. I got a better one now.
So that's that. You got a key. They got to humble you.
That was probably awful.
OJ. I know I got it somewhere. Oh man, I do got it. That's funny, man.
But yeah, it's been awesome. So I mean, and then shout out to you guys as well. It's like, it's been really cool to hear Iron Lords podcast. You guys do what you do. Like, being invited on there a couple times, it's always a hilarious. I swear, every time I'm on there, it's 3 hours though. Every time I'm a guest, it's like it's long point plus. Like, you guys think this podcast gets long? That one just blows the doors off of it. So no,
you got time to kill.
No, if you got a long commute, you got a earbud that you can put. Yeah, you guys will keep us occupied for a while. So no, thank you guys, Iron Lord podcast, awesome. Everybody over there, you guys are great. So
salute, brother. Thank you, man. It's always a pleasure doing this with you. But I had to shout you out, man. It was really cool to see. So keep pushing to the next 10,000, the next one, and we're gonna keep pushing this thing too as well, man. Really enjoy doing this cast with you.
Yeah. So thank you all very much. That's all I got. Probably a quiet weekend for me on the front, unless I just like midnight video recording. If you guys see pop up, I'm probably working on videos I shouldn't be working on, but I'm gonna try and sneak a couple in, even if it's just my thoughts on a couple things on my channel. This will go up as soon as I can. My day is bonkers today, so as soon as I can get this up on all the channels and audio, it will get up there. So forgive me on the delay in time, but we were doing a little different formatting, trying to get better audio up for you guys. So stay tuned there as well, because the audio hopefully will be smoother for both the video, and we'll see how this goes. So forgive me, it's a little growing pains on this one, but hopefully it's a little better quality as we go forward. So thank you all very much. That's all I got. For me, go check out Iron Lords podcast on Sunday, watch some football. I'll be quiet this weekend. Next week, Master Nightmare hunts, new quest, and new stuff to do. So for episode 78.
78.
Climbing up there, man.
Yeah, man.
So October 18th, this is Ebontis the Lord Cognito signing off for the day. I'm going to send you guys over to Keep It Classy, because I love that name. So we're going to go raid them in the stream. And for this episode of It Has Been the Last Word.